What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in my NA Zero to Hero series. When recording this one, I made a little bit of a mistake. So for the first part of the episode, I hadn't turned on the sound, so I wasn't recording my voice. So what I've done is I've added a voiceover to that part of the episode, recorded that after the fact, and then for the second half, there will be real time. Now in this episode, since we finally got the Crafters Mark III recipe at the end of the last one, what does that mean? It means that today we're going to be crafting. We're going to be utilizing the profession stuff. We're going to dive into figuring out what professions we want, which I was 90% sure before I started. We just double checked the crafting cost of Crafters Marks, and then we went to town crafting as much as we can. So yeah, let's dive in and take a look. All right, guys, welcome to this voiceover episode. So as you can see, we're just loading in. And I think I'm talking about what I'm planning to do, which just means that we're gonna double check the crafting cost of alchemy, or rather of the Crafters Marks, primarily Crafters Mark III on the first case, because that's the first one we're gonna go into, and then secondarily we're gonna go into checking the Crafters Mark of the Chain Dial, which we will also probably wanna get. Now, before we do that, obviously I have to clean out the mailbox, actually I forgot. I went into checking the prices first. So this will look a little bit weird since I'm punching the numbers. When I check them, I'm punching them into a spreadsheet on the other monitor, which I will bring in at the end. Death Blossom and Nightshade are getting very, very cheap. Nightshade at 9 gold is just so cheap. It does mean probably that even Dark Moon decks are profitable on most realms, and that's just a fantastic. Anything that uses herbs from Inscription or from the Crafters Mark stuff is just fantastic right now. Fantastic. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the market value of all of the materials required for Crafters Marks. That's what we're getting into the spreadsheet. And then once we figured out the correct setup for professions, then I'm gonna go ahead and level those, and yeah. So let's just enjoy the show, I guess. Anger's Eye. The gems are a little bit of a weird case, because there's a question of whether or not there's a point in valuing them at the market value. It depends a little bit on how you're prospecting, or if you're prospecting. So for instance, if you're doing legendaries with jewel crafting, then I think that in many cases you'll just want to value your gems at the vendor sell price, assuming that you're prospecting to get your essences, which you probably should be doing. But if you're not doing that, then valuing them at market value could be correct. It could be correct to just value them at vendor sell price even then. Because as I figured out later on in this episode, all of the ore that I bought to level jewel crafting, like I literally made all the gold back just from the value of the essences. So my gems were essentially free. So that's pretty nice. And that's one of the reasons why jewel crafting is very good for Crafters Mark gear, because you can effectively level it for free. Or rather, you can get the gems for free. And you can level the profession. You can make a profit while leveling jewel crafting. At least if you have Crafters Mark. Even without that, you can just do it by prospecting. You need the Crafters Mark if you want to level all the way to max for a profit, because you need that to turn the jewel clusters into something valuable at the end. But overall, it's really good. And then what I also figured out eventually is that you don't need to level the profession that you're just doing. For Crafters Mark, so alchemy. You can learn the Crafters Mark III at level 1 profession skill, so that's nice. So what I'm doing now is I've filled in the prices on the sheet where I have the crafting cost of the Crafters Mark III. Now I'm just copying it over to the chain dial, and as we can see, alchemy was the cheapest one by a pretty significant margin, which was what I expected, because that's typically the case on every realm, which means that, okay, I now know that I'm going for alchemy and jewel crafting. That's going to be my profession combo. I'm going to drop my other professions. First things first, though. Collecting sales about 4,000 gold since the last time, which is a little while ago since I recorded, actually, even though it's not that long since I uploaded. So we're going to collect all of the expired stuff, go post that. You can see my inventory is sort of mega clogged from Korthia stuff. But yeah, just get that stuff back out onto the auction house. And once we've cleaned out, then we can start buying the materials we need to level professions and get going leveling the new professions. Sometimes I like to pause the scan and just like start doing the posting. It mostly matters if your post scan is large enough that you'll have more than 100 items to scan, because then you'll get throttled, but you can dodge the throttle if you actually post for a while for whatever reason. They are counted as separate action types and they don't have the same throttle, which is very interesting. It doesn't matter for this scan since we're just like 40-50 items. But that's a little trick. If you see a post scan, it's like 129 items. Then pause it around 100 and just start posting. Use your scroll wheel macro and then continue on after that. And you'll be able to save some time. Quite useful. But yeah. Now it's time to I vendored the one. I do have some more stuff actually from these soulbound gray items from Korthia are so annoying. They take up so much inventory space, and they don't get auto sold by Trade Skill Master. It's a continuous piece of annoyment. Couldn't they just drop gold? So you didn't have to bother with that extra like annoying step. And why are they soulbound? What's the point of soul binding gray items? I think this is me trying to figure out if I need to level my profession or not. Because I did try to look that up on Wowhead. Will I have to level alchemy or not? And then I concluded eventually that I wanted to take the chance on not doing that. But yeah. Now we're just going to post the rest of my auctions. The rest of the stuff, a bunch of vendor recipes and assorted greens and stuff I've picked up and crafted to add some value to the auction house. There's a bunch of stuff I picked up from various vendors to sell early on in the challenge or in the series. Some of it is sold. It's probably been, not sure if it's been good gold per hour. At this point, it's probably worth it to get rid of a bunch of these things. I didn't pay much for them at the vendor, and they are going to clog up my inventory a lot. Particularly later on, once I start crafting the Crafter's Mark III gear, you're going to see some really full inventory. It's hard to figure out. Some things can be a little hard to figure out even with Wowhead, because you're relying essentially on people having commented or tested exactly the thing that you're interested in knowing. And they don't always care about the exact same things you do or do their research on the exact same things that you want. So now we're deleting all of the profession progress I made. I think I've made a profit with both professions, but I'm not sure. It was a little bit expensive to buy, and now we're going to buy the materials needed to level. So for jewel crafting, we pretty much need a good chunk of lacerite ore and a little bit of zone-specific ore. Was what the guide said. I bought more lacerite than strictly speaking needed, and I also chose Sinvir ore for the zone-specific ore because I know that this has typically been one of the more profitable ones. Simply for the fact that the Essence of Torment is often quite expensive. So that's why I want that. I'm not sure why I checked the price of a lithium, because I know that doesn't matter. We're not going to use that at all. And then I got a good chunk of Death Blossom. And then I realized later I need more, of course, because I wanted to craft a lot of Crafter's Marks as soon as possible. So I went with, I needed to get something that was easy to multiply, because you need 30 Death Blossom per 5 Nightshade for the Crafter's Mark 3 from Alchemy. So I ended up going with 900 just to make the math a little easier to do in my head. And now we're ready to go to Oribos and start leveling the professions. This is where the fun begins, essentially. So obviously I have to go pick up the... I have to fix my webcam. I realize it's been... For whatever reason, my OBS has like 2 different webcams, and it'll every time I reboot, it'll swap between them. I had to make 2 different sources. So I actually wanted my head to be a little bit bigger, and we fixed that here, and then we can get into all the real deal here. I'm gonna run and pick up the stuff from the mailbox, all of the stuff I just bought, and then we're gonna go to the profession trainers and start learning our professions. Deleting the filter from my bag add-on. And then, so do you think I know exactly where the profession trainers are? No, I don't. I went the completely wrong direction because none of the jewel crafting or alchemy trainers are in that corner. They're in the opposite side. So that's a little bit embarrassing, annoying, whatever you want to call it. But we did make it. The alchemy trainer. Oh. Shadowlands Alchemy. And then I go to the jewel crafting trainer. Oh, there he is. There he is. Almost blinked past him. So jewel crafting, and then Shadowlands jewel crafting, and then the moment of truth. Learning the recipe. And then I have to check my professions. And there it is, Crafters Mark 3. Good stuff, good stuff. That's fantastic. I think, and then the same for jewel crafting, and then we can start prospecting the lacerite ore. And the TSM didn't yet know that I had learned a new profession, so I needed to reload my UI so that the destroy UI would work and show up and show my ore instead of my disenchanting stuff. Then we needed to get the silver ore away because I was not going to do that. And now I rediscover a really annoying bug with the destroy UI where the button will just remain yellow after destroying. Then I finally remembered how you can fix it, which means that every other cast you have to do prospecting manually. And then I remember that you just do that, and then you prospect manually, and then you click destroy next. Luckily, you don't have to do too much manual prospecting. You're just going to manual prospect up to skill level 20, which is about 30 to 40 manual prospects, something like that, depending on how unlucky you get with the skill ups for the last couple of levels where you are at a green level. So you can see I'm already 10. This is where, once you pass 15 is where things start slowing down. I think it's a yellow skill up chance right now, and then I'll gradually get there. Get even slower once we pass 15, because from 15 to 20, I'm pretty sure the skill up chance is green for prospecting. So on some of these levels, there's a good chunk of prospects to cast. Why am I opening alchemy? Absolutely horrendous mouse precision there. Opening alchemy instead of clicking prospect. 19. One more level. I think this one takes a while. A couple of crafts. 2. 3 crafts. It's going to be more. 4 crafts. 5 crafts. Or 5 prospects. 6 prospects. 7. And we finally did it. And oh my god, I just realized I'd been recording without sound the entire time. So yeah, the first portion of this video I'll be redoing with voiceovers. That was fun. Hopefully it'll be a little bit, from this point on, it'll actually match what I'm saying, will actually match. Okay, so now I can get the recipes here. Blah, blah, blah. Mass prospect. We're gonna mass prospect all of it, pretty much. Not all of it, because I need some. I'm gonna do like 30. We're gonna mass prospect until we get all the stuff we need. Which is skill points, of course. Skill points. Come on. 38. How far is this gonna take me? So glad I don't have to level alchemy. It's gonna take me to 35? What? I'm already 41. Why would you just use this to take you to... Like, that's pointless. Just use it to take you further. Now I don't have to craft any... I might have to get away with, like, not crafting any of the stupid lace-stride chokers. Yeah. That's a huge win. Now I can focus all my materials on things that actually give me a profit. Although I should maybe have done... This one's gonna be green. Up to 50. Like, you don't want to craft these doublets and stuff if you don't have to. And now I don't have to. Now I can just go straight for jewel clusters. Which I'm gonna need, because I'm gonna do a bunch of crafts with those anyway. That's perfect. I'm just gonna be a little bit time efficient right now and just like buy some expensive, not too many expensive malleable wires. I do have rep discounts in Bastion, which we will do eventually. Wait, oh, it's lace rate settings, of course. Yeah. I'm gonna need a lot of these, and they are a very small portion of the cost. So we'll do like 10 of each, I guess. I am gonna need to prospect even more ore down the line though. Let's make 10 of each. At this point, like it completely doesn't matter what I'm crafting. All of these I'll be using in very copious amounts, like I'll be needing a lot more of both of them. So I'll have to go and buy more ore, for sure. I'll need way more ore. So we might buy... another 1,000 or 2,000 lace-stride at least. And I'll need some of the zone-specific ones as well. Because... well, because I'm gonna... what's the name? You need the zone-specific ores. You need those to craft the actual rings and necklaces. But I'm not gonna prospect the zone-specific ores, I don't think. Since I mostly just care about the gems, I'm just gonna buy a lace-stride, and then we'll just like get some extra free gold from selling the essences, pretty much. Not gonna be completely free, but it's gonna be pretty good. So now we're already up to enough for 5 of each, pretty much. And I think I can learn all the recipes now, which is really what matters. Do we have them all? Yep. No, there's actually a few missing. Interesting. So we can just craft more here. 85, that's it, actually. That's it. Good stuff. So now we're gonna go back to Shatrath, I guess. Go to Shatrath, buy some stuff, Hearth to Bastion, and get to Heroes Rest, and now we have to set our Hearthstone to Heroes Rest as well. But before that, we're gonna buy a good chunk of ore. Actually, it's like, this isn't gonna take much gold. But whatever. Alright. Buy. Strite ore. I gotta figure out how much did I made enough for 30. I need more ore, more 2000, I think. Then we need a lot more death bluff. I have enough for 30. Okay, so you need 30 of these. So if I want to do 100, that's gonna be 3000. And that's gonna be 500 Nightshade. Alright. And then we need, oh yeah, we need the zone specific ores. I'm just gonna go with 100 of each for these. Actually, 200, now that I think about it. 200, just to fill up one inventory slot. Exactly. Oxine ore. Then Phaedrum ore. Oh wow. Yeah, whatever. I can afford it. Alright. Now we're all ready to go. All ready to rumble. We may buy some or make some crafting operations. Yeah, we're gonna make some crafting operations to save time when we're restocking. But we'll craft one of each item first, and then we'll add them to it's gonna be a little bit annoying. Whatever. Okay. Is there something I haven't posted to the auction house? It feels that way. Okay. Show me the sanctum. Deposit. Alright, cool. Transport network, yeah, sure. It really doesn't matter. We should have flying here, yeah. Guess we just get rid of this from the inventory. Not sure we care about any of this, to be honest. Pretty sure we don't. Just send them on. Come on. Send them out on XP missions, that's fine. That's fine. And then we should have a teleport over here. Wait, what else? Yeah, there's some more stuff I can get rid of here. I have a couple of conduits. I want to get rid of those. And delete. And these soul twinning crescents as well. Oh wow, yeah, I got 2 more levels in cryo freeze or whatever. Delicious honey, I don't think I need that for anything. I also have all these stupid memories. Okay, that's a toy, let's learn that. Good stuff. Now, Heroes Rest. I hope there's some alchemy supplies here. Otherwise I've screwed up. It's almost time to start looking for, we'll see. Look for Bastion. Sotimos. This guy has Orbial Flux. Inscription supplies. That's gonna give us our vials cheap. Is there an alchemy supplier here? Craftsman Repa. Can we get distilled death extract here? Cooking supplies? Oof. And before there's no distilled death extract. Okay. Time to look it up on YouTube then. Distilled death extract. Who sells these? In Bastion, preferably. Or somewhere where I have rep, which isn't. I'm blind. I don't see a single trainer from even any, or vendor from any of the Shadowland zones. Sold by. Literally. Well, there's one in Oribos. Is he the only one? That's really the only place to get this. Yeah, actually looks like it. What? Okay, so there's a bunch of alchemy trainers, but no one here. No one here, so we need to go. There's nothing for us here then. How much rep do I have with like the Proudmoore Admiralty? Let's see here. Sold by. I think there was some Borealis stuff here. Or what's the zone? Terragard Sound, right? Here. Nothing. Okay, so it might be in Borealis, but whatever. We can check Borealis. Yeah, it's here, right? Boo, 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 mage, teleport. Do I have teleport Borealis? Yeah. We're gonna check Borealis and see if we can get a vendor discount. If we can, that's very nice. Right. So hopefully these are... Wait, I can't fly here? Yeah, I don't have BFA flying. It looks like a lot of these guys don't have a faction. Looks like they don't have a faction. Which would mean no go alchemy trainer. Let's check him out. That would mean that we're not getting a faction discount or a rep discount. Let me browse your goods. No, we are getting. Oh, we're getting a discount. Probably the best we can hope for, to be honest. I think you need a lot of these, don't you? Alchemy. It's 10 per. So I need 1,000 at least. Need more than that actually, but we'll start with 1,000. Oof, that's a lot of gold going out. Crafter's Mark 3, 100. That's gonna take me a while to crank through. I think that's a good good initial stock. Now we can just take a break. I'll take a break, but we'll craft these one. What's the math? That's enough for 10 of each type. Actually, don't need that many even. I'm just gonna do 60 more. Nah, we'll craft them all. We'll craft them all. Look at this. I'm leveling alchemy for free Well, not actually for free, but for a profit even. I didn't check. Maybe I should have double checked the prices. It's also possible I may have to do some wonky math with operations, or some wonky stuff with like custom sources to get this to work. We'll see. Hopefully I can set the crafter's mark cost recipe to this. Like maybe I can set it as a material cost. I don't know if it shows up yet. Oh, it's here, of course. Gather. No, it's reports, materials, mark. Oh, you can set it here. Is it going to use the cheapest one? What happens when I open up the other professional window? We'll see. May have to force status to something. May have to do something here. Come on, crank out the last couple of ones. And we have to do a lot more prospecting and intermediate crafting. Oh, wait. I didn't get enough of these. I hope you can get these in. The still death extract is actually the most important part to get for cheap, though. That's a much larger portion of the cost than any of the others. Alright, mass prospect lacerite. Crank all of it. I don't think I need lacerite for anything else, so just prospect all of it. And now we're going to end up with a nice chunk of Essence of Torments, or a nice chunk of essences. Like we'll end up with thousands of gold worth of essences. You know, we might be making back like all our gold from leveling, or from buying this ore. We spent 16k on ore. We already have a couple of we already have like 13,000 worth of essences. So yeah, I think we'll just make back all our gold from essences and then just have the gems for free essentially. Alright. So we need 20, we need 40 of each type of gem. Do I have enough lacerite for that? Lacerite settings? Nope. We definitely don't have enough malleable wires either, so we'll have to go back. We can take a look. We can probably get it cheaper in Borealis for these ones as well. Can probably get these cheaper in Borealis at the jewel crafting trainer. So we'll just finish mass prospecting this stuff and salivate over like, yeah, we've made back our gold already. We'll be making back the gold we spent on lacerite just from the essences. And then we'll end up with a bunch of angersite left over. Are people actually buying angersite? Like, why would you ever buy angersite? I don't understand. Like, it's physically impossible to be in a position where, like, buying angersite is useful. I think I might not have enough for, actually. It's possible. I don't think I have enough. It's close. We'll see once we were done. Actually, it's a while to go. It should be enough. It should be enough. But not by a huge margin. Not by a huge margin. All this time-consuming intermediate crafting. It's interesting to just do this for gems for once. Usually I do prospecting for essences, and the gems are just like the waste byproduct. That's what I do on my main realm. But today, like, we're actually prospecting for gems, and like the essences are just a nice free gold byproduct. It's interesting. Yeah, like, holy. We're like making 50% just on the essences, 40-50% profit just on the essences. Not even accounting for the gems. Okay, so as soon as we're done, we're gonna port back to Oribos because we need more lacerite settings. One more mass prospect. Boom. And soon I'll be able to craft legendaries if I wanted to. I don't know, the rank 1 legendaries have been pretty good for the lower rank legendaries have been pretty good for jewel crafting for me. So there is like it is actually something you could consider doing. Okay, so like I'm just gonna buy like 200 here, and we're not gonna need like something on the order of 150. Might need a little bit more, but whatever. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna queue up a bunch here. 30, queue 30. That's another 5 minutes of crafting. And this is gonna give us enough to craft 10 of each type of item. And I'm still gonna have some crafter's marks left over after that. But I don't think there's any point in crafting like more than that in a single craft session. I think that's the limit of what's meaningful to craft. Oh yeah, crafter's mark 3. It's using the cheapest one. Good stuff. Good stuff. Although the difference isn't large. Like if you value these as at vendor price, I think this might even be cheaper. What happens if I do that? I'm gonna check the spreadsheet. No. Oh, that's the wrong. Here, 2.5. So if you're doing a large enough volume of gems, and you're just valuing them at the vendor sell price, then it's essentially the same price for a Crafter's Mark 3. I do think it's gonna be worse for the. It's not close for the chain aisle. Then alchemy is significantly cheaper still. Like here you can see that even with these valued at 2.5 gold each, we're looking at 3,000 versus 2.2, which is like completely impossible. But for the Crafter's Mark 3, it's actually pretty much bang on. But then you need to actually get the lithium more cheaply, which is not straightforward thing necessarily. It was a little bit expensive on the realm right now. Oh yeah, we're crafting versatile jewel clusters. I was wondering, why aren't we leveling up to 100? But then I realized we're not actually using any of these actual recipes. So now I can learn legendaries. But there's no real point to. I mean, I could Could get a couple of levels or a little bit of XP in, but like I think it's too expensive to level. Look at the losses on the actual clusters, like the actual gems. It depends on what you're valuing your gems at. Yet again, like how much are these things actually worth? I'd argue not that much. And then we end up with a chunk of Angersite left over, obviously. We have nothing to do with. I usually just vendor Angersite on my main realm. Like I'll vendor like a couple of stacks once they've built up. And I think that makes sense here as well, because we're gonna end up with tons of essences. The essence sale rate isn't as high as I would have expected. Huh. It is Tuesdays today, which just means the big restock day, so that's good, I guess. Alright, so soon we are on to Crafters Mark 3, 10. Crafters Mark 3, 10. Crafters Mark 3, 10. No, that's the wrong one. We don't have chain dial yet. We'll have to work on that. Oh, I forgot to actually queue up. $426 crafting cost. Oh, look at that. These bad boys. Are they actually selling for 2,500? That's incredible if so. If that's real, then wow. We're gonna see some explosions in gold value now. Yeah, look at this. Estimated profit, 90,000 gold. If this is the correct item level 200 prices, then wow. This is why I like Crafter's Mark gear. And it usually sells incredibly quickly as well. We haven't even gotten into the juicy rings. The rings are sell faster than the necklaces. The necklaces also sell. But like this is by far the fastest way to gear up a new character. Just buy item level 200 stuff and then one item level 230 piece. And the item level 230 piece, you'll probably use that for a while. I think I'm actually still using my item level 230 piece on my main because I haven't gotten a chest piece from raid or from anywhere else. Probably have to do heroic more to get the Shard of Domination piece. But yeah. Alright, so we're gonna pretty much just... This entire episode is just gonna be getting the recipes off the ground. I have all the materials. We're just gonna go to Shatrath and we're gonna make some posting operations and start posting these. And then that'll be the end of the episode. So we'll just be focusing on gold making, and it'll be very exciting to see how this looks on the next one in terms of results. But I do have to spend some more time in Korthia because I do want to get the chain dial gear recipe as well, which is very, very good. I'm just going to make one called like CM3 gear. We're just going to slam it all inside it. Like... just gonna slam them all, and then we're just gonna put on like a crafting 1 hour 24, like that. I don't think I need to do anything more fancy than that. Actually, we might have to do something with a higher max price. We'll see when we run the post scan right just now. Oh, and we want to make something for essences as well. Maybe I just want to post those manually. I'm not sure. Oh yeah. I need to redo, let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought, like we'd get stuff that's above max price. We need to fix that. Posting, we need to increase the max price. Let's set this to like 1000%. Yeah, that's good. Wow. Oh yeah. Skip. We're not gonna sell Sinmir ore anymore. Groups, assorted materials. Sinvir ore. Oh, it's inside the group already. Sinvir ore. Remove item. And then we could just add these to that group, I guess. 11k. 100 gold. Actually, I might just price it a little higher. If someone needs, they're gonna need to buy a lot. We're gonna price it at DB market. Because if someone's actually crafting, they're gonna need a lot more essences than that. We'll just price these at the current market value. We might actually just go up here, overcut a little bit, and take our chances with that. I'm gonna add a bunch of this meat stuff to my assorted materials group, I think. I just want to get rid of that. We're gonna do the same with these and these. Not those. Pigments, yeah. Quartzite crystals, why not? Phantasmal haunch, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Soul dust, tranquil. Right, like that. That's gonna free up some inventory space. And then we gotta post all our enchants manually as well. Alright. Yeah, because I have a bunch of them. Let's find all the enchants. Max, just post, blah blah blah. Blah. Blah blah blah. Price on these doesn't matter at all right now. Just get rid of them. Just get them on the auction house so they don't take up inventory space pretty much. Alright. Next up we have crafting the rest of these rings and necklaces. My inventory is gonna be so clogged now. Between like keeping these things in stock and doing Korthia when I can for the last bit of rep for that. How much rep am I missing for Korthia? Reputation. We're halfway to tier 3. But we have Diviner's Rune Chits, and then I think I have all of the treasures in the Void. In the Rift, I mean. The Rift. So that means we have 2,500 coming in from that. Gonna put us at 5,000, so I need another 1,500 from dailies and stuff. The weekly and 2 assaults is gonna be like 600 of that, if I bother doing that. We'll see. I'll have to find an opportunity to put in a little bit of effort towards that, but not on this episode. Now we're just cranking out these. I wonder if I've gotten any sales yet. Can't see any in chat. The nice thing now is that I'm not gonna have to spend that much time crafting on the next episode, most likely, because there's a limit to how many of these I can sell on one post scan. The next episode we'll do like some Korthia grinding, some rep grinding, and just make sure that we get all of the one-time things that I haven't done, and then take it from there. Alright, now we need to add all of the bad boys to the group again. CM3 gear, Deadly Sinmir, Masterful Phaedrum ring, Versatile goodies. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Any sales yet? No. Can't believe these incredible prices. UK and 1k off of a crafting cost of like 400 gold, 500 gold. It's incredible. So yeah, that's a pretty good good way to end. Up to 300. Actually, it's probably more, right? No, 349k on the auction house. And then 86,818 gold. So we down 60k gold and up about that same amount on the auction house. But then I have like, I don't know, 100,000 gold worth of rings and necklaces in my inventory. So that's nice. That's very nice. Just gotta get some sales. Hopefully we didn't post it like too inopportune a time, and we'll be collecting some nice sales on the next one, and then dive into to Korthia. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Nice to finally dedicate an episode to some actual gold making techniques. And there'll be more of that. There will be on the next one. We definitely want to get further on the crafter's mark of the chain dial grind. I don't think we can finish it in one episode, but we're going to get close. Probably need 2 episodes for that, and then we'll just be crafting and doing gold making things in the downtime, like farming or searching for vendor recipes again, or doing anything that can just increase our auction house value. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye, guys.